bring me back 2006, magkano benta nung first day? I'm sure hindi mo makalimutan yun.
Oo, masisyak ka. I think we hit.
Imagine mo at 20 to 40% ang business loan mo?
No, but I'll tell you,
Ano?
I did not have to borrow money.
Siyempre, as entrepreneurs, ang plano nila na become their own boss, own their own time. Pero ang nangyayari, wala ka ng oras, wala ka pang pera.
15 years on our existence. So parang feeling ko, kung hindi ako mag-succeed, parang tinapon ko na yung 15 years. First 10, 15 years, darling. After that, bye-bye. I made sure two things are clear. I control my selling environment and I control my product quality.
Just give us an idea. Sa food, especially sa bread, ano yung ideal profit margin?
Right now,
So, ano yung challenge mo with Henry C. at saka yung when you open the second branch already?
so, first of all,
This is Money Masters, where true stories spark real change.
Mga kaipunaryo, sa araw na ito tayo po ay napakapalad. Bakit? Minsan lang natin makausap ang isang tao na talagang tunay na visionary, entrepreneur strategist, and leader of one of the most respected brands in Philippine business. Wag na natin patagalin. Siya lang naman yung parang taong nasa likod ng French baker from a single store. Right now, it's really a national institution. So let's welcome no other than Mr. John Lou Coa. Palakpakan naman. Hi. Hi, John. Thanks so much, John.
you're welcome, Chinky. Pleasure to be here.
Yeah. I may say I'm really very impressed of what you have achieved for so many years. But can you please bring us back talaga yung how all of these things started, yun nga, yung French baker itself.
Well, at that time, I was a faculty member of the College of Business, UP Diliman. When I graduated in 1979, BSBA from the College of Business, I opened up a small bakery in Capitolio, Pasig. And then a year after, my professors told me, why don't you come and teach? And at that time, I was kind of bored. Like, after you do your shift, look at the bakers, deliver the breads to the market. I had like half a day, easy time doing really nothing. So I attempted to teach. The problem is, I like teaching. So within a few short years, they made me college secretary with administrative position. And in between, I was encouraged to take MBA. And I did, and I passed. And I think I got a good grade. Because I was teaching it in the undergrad. So to apply the knowledge and skills in graduate school is not really difficult. And then so at that time, my whole vision of myself was to study in US. After master's, you get a higher degree, etc., etc. And I thought that a small business on the side will make money to finance for my educational endeavor. So easy. In those days, a lot of people wanted to leave the Philippines. And I cannot deny the fact that when I was young and without any attachment, like I was single, still single at that time, I had no qualms to go to the US. Friends are there. And parang it's so nice to be there. Predictable, comfortable, affordable. And I would just I had been thinking I'll get a job, teaching job, things like that, very easy. But later on, I realized that then came EDSA Revolution.
1986.
86. Then I saw that there was a reverse brain drain. So you have people from New York coming back to the Philippines, bankers, investment bankers, etc. Then I would listen to their interviews. They want to help the administration. And I thought that, wow, this is the time. And then they talked about the foods they enjoyed in New York, in London, wherever they worked. And I said to myself, wow, this is an opportunity for me to learn something that I could sell to this emergent market.
Pero during that time, nasaan ka noon? Nasa Pilipinas ka ba o nasa overseas?
Pilipinas, nandito pa ako. No, I never left. But then, in between, I kind of applied for a scholarship. I recall British Council. I won it. It was given to me, and thanks very much. But I had to postpone it twice.
Bakit?
Because I was already gaining ground on my insight. My insight was from my knowledge of doing neighborhood bakery, Pandesal, Monay, Siopaw, etc., to doing something more foreign like baguette, croissants, etc.
Yeah.
And I had initial success doing it, although it was very, very difficult. And so I thought that given another 2 years, I could stabilize it and then go for a few years, learn, get another degree. At the time, I was so focused on degree, as though it was the most important thing in my life.
Hindi, bakit nga? Bakit nga panay for...
Because I was in the environment among intellectuals, academicians. You're judged not just by how well you can teach or you could teach, but what's research paper, the quality of research you do. Diba? And then you need, of course, higher learning in order to improve on your skills.
Okay.
In baking, you need more exposure to gain skills, but in academia, you need a degree.
Yeah.
And then you have to have that kind of discipline to be able to do some research. And they were talking about publishing your results. So the British Council was nice. They said, "Oh, we can wait for you." And then came 88. I felt bad because I just wrote them back and said, "Please give it to the next better serving Filipino scholar. Don't wait for me." I decided not to do my business. And the luckiest break came when I got the call from SM Group that a new mall will be open soon.
Anong mall yun?
SM City Annex, North EDSA.
Kasi there's already an existing SM during that time.
Yan yung
right?
main mall.
Main mall.
In the west end
Mm-mm.
of EDSA, near Monumento. And so, I couldn't say no because we were already selling bread to the SM Group via their supermarket.
So in other words, yung sa Pasig mo, parang naging commissary na rin siya.
A little commissary, that's
Oo.
right.
Tapos nagsusupply na rin siya ng mga bread to other companies just like SM.
Kasi ang parang founder ng SM Supermarket at that time was, is still now, he's still the founder anyway, Mr. Herbert C.
Oh.
A classmate ko sa Xavier School.
Si Herbert, one of the son of, di ba?
Yeah, the number 3.
Okay. So, can you please educate us a little bit? Kasi, syempre, alam mo, food is life eh. Specifically for Filipinos, they want to get into the food business. Kung may mag-start ng, let's say, small bakery, okay, magkano kailangan puhunan? Magkano possible profit margin? And then, what do they need to watch out? Let's start with muna the capitalization.
Well, right now, maswerte talaga yung small businessman dahil the population is much larger.
Yeah.
Diba? Yung tinuturo ka kasi area ko kasi strategic marketing. In our time, iilan lang ang mall.
Yeah.
Today, you couldn't count how many malls there are. Dati, they're only in the cities. Ngayon, they're in the countryside.
Yeah.
So, maswerte sila. They can now choose which market to participate. Kung neighborhood, I think within 500,000 to 1 million easy. Ang problema lang nila, if they do neighborhood, hindi masyadong lalaki.
When you say 500,000, 1 million, na
Pesos.
capitalization?
Capitalization. Cash on hand.
Yeah, sa...
You have to have cash.
Mm-mm.
Then from there, you start to buy equipment, assuming wala siyang credit. Eh kung may credit siya sa credit card, why not? You extend it, but you pay crazy interest rates.
Yeah.
So kung wala kang cash, hindi ka makakabili ng... Unang-una, start with anong alam mo?
Yes.
Gusto mo ba yung tinapay na pang-araw-araw o yung tinapay na pang-office? Tinapay na pang-pasalubong? Ganun eh, no? Anong pang-pasalubong? Di yung mga tinapay na parang cake na pwedeng pang-pasalubong na obviously cheaper than cake. Why? Cheaper kasi yung ingredient, walang butter icing. Walang expensive raisins. Yung mga cheese roll, kunyari, 6 in a box, 12 in a box, small ones, big ones, medium-sized ones, long ones, short ones, square ones. Madali. Yung iba may ube, yung iba may pandan, yung iba streusel, whatever. Madali lang nilang i-differentiate yung product. And then which market they want to go to, madali. Kasi sobrang dense na yung population natin sa cities. Nung araw, your stores might be, let's say, 5 kilometers away.
Yeah.
Ngayon, sa daming tao, it could be 3 buildings away.
Yes.
Kasi ayaw ng taong lumabas pa.
Yeah.
Diba? Flooding, traffic, the heat, the dust, the pollution. So, okay pa rin yung bakery if, number one, anong gusto mong i-achieve sa buhay mo? Kung gusto mong mag-achieve ng happy-happy, you sleep until 9 o'clock, 10 to wake up, maubos yung capital mo. Kasi kung hindi mo alagaan ng business, who will? Diba? Kaya sa time ko, why did I do French Baker? Dahil at that time, at that moment in time, in the late 80s, the world suddenly shifted to computerization sa bakery environment. Why did I say computerization? Suddenly, we could make some dough at 5 o'clock and 6 o'clock, put it in a cabinet, much like a bigger version of the refrigerator. Program it in such a way that it goes back to freezing mode, and at some point during midnight, it switches to heating mode, or what we call proofing mode, and you can program at what time you want to bake it. It's a baking mode. When that came in, I picked it up immediately, and I said, wow, this is the basis for expansion. I already saw the future. Because I could not imagine, how can you have fresh bread at 9 o'clock when the mall opens, when the mall will only allow you to come in at 8? We need 3 to 5 hours from mixing to the bread. Minimum 3 to 5 hours. And no time dough pa yan. Whatever you call it, no time dough, sponge dough. If you did not give time for it to rest and to grow, it will not taste good.
Yeah.
Chinky, it's the flavor. Flavor is directly correlated to fermentation time. No fermentation, no flavor. I saw that late 80s.
So the technology is already present in late 80s.
Yeah. And then it was so popular in Japan and Taiwan. Two places where equipment were being made big time. Japanese, beautiful. Taiwanese, nice, but like a car, basic. Japanese, medyo stylish. But both can work as good. So when I saw that, I said, wow, ito na yon. Equipped with some computerized equipment that will allow me to sell bread the moment the door opens. And came the success of the SM Mall and the other malls as well. Grabe, Chinky, after 1 month.
1 month of operation.
Yeah. People in Makati were driving to North EDSA to see, what's this guy doing? I heard so much about this guy.
Yung French baker.
Me.
Oo.
Okay. So, one day I got an invite from a popular business daily at the time and said, oh, I want to interview you. And then my story was narrated. The writer who helped me a lot at the time was Marge Enriquez, and Marge gave me a beautiful story. Big layout in Business
newspaper.
World. Yeah, Business World. Marge talked about the business behind, the strategy behind, and why I kept on doing it. Sustainability, etc. Gave me the initial boost. I'm so happy with that story. That's one of the few that I still keep in my office, much like what you have there. It's a cover story, beautiful supplement. So then I met some difficulty because
Yeah,
Mr. C at the time was telling me to open a store
Yeah.
as quickly as the next mall opened.
Okay.
Then that was a struggle.
So you mentioned, di ba, yung parang yung start mo in 1 month, ang daming pila. So what happened? Ano?
Okay. Why maraming pila, Chinky, 1 month? People never expected that in a mall setup, you would get really fresh, piping hot bread in a mall that you can only experience in the neighborhood. Kasi in the neighborhood, di ba, you go to your favorite
Hot
panaderia,
pandesal.
hot pandesal, hot. Ito, in the mall, I would have hot pandesal every hour of the day because of these cabinets that can computerize at what time you want to bake.
So automated na siya talaga.
In
no?
that sense, that part of proofing was automated, but you still had to. I still had to physically take it out, put it in the oven. It was that easy. So that experience really fueled the demand. And in a few short months. And then one more thing, I recall the editor of World Executive Digest at that time put me out in a small box and said and asked the question, "What's this beeline all about?" Something like that. Wow, that really catapulted my popularity without spending a single centavo. It's a long line. Like, I think at the time he used this amateur camera, took a photo, and in full color. And I had a beautiful store because I had it designed, put in the latest equipment, etc. And I got the loan from my parents. At, I would pay back at some time in the future.
Pero yun nga, so yung first branch mo sa may SM. So kasi pag negosyante ka, 'di ba? Yung parang tanong magkano capital, kailan yung ROI, 'di ba? So kailan mo na recover yung first first branch?
Di teacher ako, di ba? Hindi ko na inisip yun. I was so sure. I was so sure already.
Na?
It's gonna hit.
Okay.
Why? Hindi ko na inisip yung ROI. Kasi, from what I know of strategy, first to market, no such thing existed. Secondly, perfect environment. Meaning to say, when people go there, they're already expected to spend some money. I'm just gonna get a share from the burger, from the donut, from the pizza, from the cake, from the spaghetti. I'm just gonna get a share. But I was so unique at that time. Ako lang yung bakery.
Guys, may good news po ako sa inyo. Do you want to know how I make business decision in seconds? Kung gusto mo laman, meet Negosyo GPT, my personal bot powered by my actual business framework. So kung gusto mong makuha to for free, again, you want to get access for free, click the link below or just type Nego GPT to gain access. See you there.
Even the cake stores could not sell fresh bread. Most of them, nakasupot. So I was so sure about it, hindi ko na rin inisip. Of course, I knew that at that time, I had to sell about, capital was so high. Let us say maybe the break-even was 25,000 pesos.
A day.
37 years ago.
A day.
Yeah.
Sales. That's crazy.
That was high.
Yeah, that was high.
Yeah, I ended up hitting 6 figures.
A day. So, okay,
Payback of less than 6 months.
Payback 6 months. Okay, ganito. Pause lang tayo. Kasi, no, we have to learn. As we are listening right now, nakikinig ka. Yun nga, mga signs of a good opportunity in business. Number one is what we call as, yun nga, you go ahead of the time in terms of the uniqueness, the USP. The unique selling proposition, napakahalaga yan. Na during that time, wala pa talagang yun nga, nabibili natin yung mga mainit na tinapay sa tapos sa umaga lang yun, kung magluluto sila. Hapon, wala na yan.
Exactly.
Pero ito every hour because of what technology. And then number two, what people miss, you mentioned on number two.
Okay, number 2.
And then yung parang, okay, pag ikaw nagbakasyon ka, ano yung mode ng tao? Magtipid o gumastos?
Gastos.
Exactly.
Kaya nandun sila eh.
Kaya nga yung vacation mode ng tao, kaya nga tourist, di ba? That's the easiest people to sell. And why do people go to the mall during that time?
Because they're new. Libreng aircon.
Not only
And
that,
parking.
not only that, they're there also to spend and experience. Hindi sila pumunta doon para magtipid. Kasi during that time, guys, ito lang lalo na kung bata ka. Ngayon, alam mo kasi bumibili ka online eh. 'Di ba? Online baligtad na ngayon eh. People go to the mall to check the price, to check the pero they buy online. Pero during that time 1980s, walang online. It's all physical. You have to go physically. So, talagang setup. Sinabi mo nga perfect environment eh. Perfect opportunity, perfect timing, perfect environment.
Yeah.
And then yung third, grabe. Ito lang, before you start a business, you got to know your numbers. When you say numbers, kailangan malaman mo yung break-even
Break-even point is important.
That's the basic, di ba? Kasi mga nagnegosyo, hindi nila alam break-even point nila. Hindi nila alam kung kailan sila
Yeah, may break-even point in sales volume and in pesos.
Yeah.
Di ba?
At saka confused pa sila dyan. O pag tinanong ko, isang normal na uy, magkano kita mo isang araw? 5K. Wow.
Benta yan, di kita.
Kaya nga the next question ko, magkano benta mo isang araw? 5K. Ha? Wala kang cost, wala kang So kasi they associate it. So in your case, you have to sell 25,000 pesos worth of products to break even.
Kasi mamahalin yung capital equipment ka.
Yeah, not only that. So basically, just give us an idea. Sa food, especially sa bread, ano yung ideal profit margin?
Right now, depende kasi kung yung, let's say, barrio setting, barangay setting, na maraming informal sales. What is informal sales? Alam ko maraming home-based. They're not in the formal economy.
Yeah.
So, yun ang mga informal sector, di ba? Which the government recognizes
Yeah.
anyway. So, they can compete cost times 2.
So
Buhay na
50 magiging 100. Oo.
Malaki na yun.
So magkano profit margin niya?
Kung ang selling price mo yung 100, cost
Gagawin
mo
mo
is
200.
50.
Oo.
50 times to 100.
Oo.
Problema is you have to pay VAT na ngayon.
Yeah.
Then you have to pay for your workers.
Yes.
Minimum wage. Kung
Yeah.
medyo you have 15, I think 15 workers ba yan?
Yeah.
And then you have to pay city tax. Then you have to pay a long list. Signage, garbage, whatever. Pag nasa formal sector ka na, or else you get punished by penalties, fines, or threat of non-renewal of
License.
No? So kung yung startup lang, cost times 2, super saleable. Personalized service, personalized delivery. So to make maybe 30 to 15,000 a month, small family, easy. The moment nag-scale na, medyo yun na yung risk.
So pag nag-scale ka na, kanyari may pwesto ka na, may tao ka na, ano na dapat ang numbers
Okay.
mo?
Then, you lose flexibility. Hindi naka-flexible. Kasi the moment you have a pwesto, you have to open at 7, close 7, 8, or 9. 2, syempre, your workers will want to compare their compensation with the ones next door. How come they can, I cannot? Thirdly, then, when you are more than one, you have other issues. Pilferage, non-declaration of sales, etc.
Kupit. Ang tawag doon, kupit.
Kupit nga. And then finally, kung nandiyan ka na sa formal sector, sobrang mabenta yung cheese roll mo o kaya yung Spanish mo, maski na 5-5 lang, maraming copycat na.
Kukopihin ka.
Yun. Kung nasa formal, kasi formal nandiyan ka na parang target Nandiyan yung target. Kung informal, gumagalaw ka hindi ka makita, hindi ka ma-feel.
So kunyari, nasa formal ka na, magkano naman yung kasi dati, di ba sinabi mo 100%, di ba? So ngayon, mga magkano?
Minimum 2.5.
Oh. So kunyari,
Times 2.5.
so from 100, magiging
250.
250.
Your VAT is now 12. It used to be 10. Secondly, meron ka pang PhilHealth. Tapos meron ka pang pag-ibig. Tapos, yung deposits na hihingan ka ng may-ari ng building, maski na maliit lang yung rent, minimum 3 to 4 months. 1 month's advance. 3 months deposit. Kung medyo maganda yung pwesto, 6 months. Kung mahirap, talagang 12.
Yeah.
Kasi iisa lang yun Meron pa akong ginawang competitive advantage, Chinky, is the fact that I created my own category. Walang fresh bakery sa mall.
At saka walang croissant nun
Na assuming na everybody knew how to make croissant, but nobody was known for it.
Yeah.
So I created French bakery. Why the French baker to begin with?
Why?
I could have been Swiss.
Why?
Because it's so fashionable to be French. Kasi, di ba? Is there a substitute for Dior? Chanel? Wala. Eiffel Tower? Wala. O, di ba? When we
France,
all go, France talaga. South of France, wow.
At saka,
North of
very
France,
aspirational,
Brittany.
very
Yes.
aspirational siya. At saka, alam mo guys, ito naman in terms of sa business naman, it's all about branding and positioning eh.
To a
do you-
large extent.
yeah, you
But
brand
the product must come very close to the promise.
Oh.
You cannot. Kaya in my time, people would say, huy, may nagbikas ng French baker dyan, ha? Sabi ko, my brand? No, no, no. I'm just telling you something like what you're doing. So what became French baker? The notion of French baker? Ventilated, cool. In nung araw, mababaw lang naman ang requirement, malinis. Meron kang glass case. Meron kang price tag. Meron kang point of sale. Ang tawag namin nung araw is electronic cash register, ECR.
Oh, ang tawag natin ngayon POS.
POS na. POS, nung araw ECR. Di ba? Medyo maingay yung printer. Okay. Those were the days. So I was first in the category. Then came a string of challengers over the
Copycat
years.
na, mga
Copycat na yun.
oo.
Okay lang naman. It makes us better naman.
So, yun nga. Guys, warning lang may mga gumagawa po ng mga fake AI videos using my name para mag-endorse ng investment. I will never endorse any type of investment. If may makita kayo, please report it right away. Ingat, back to our regular programming. When people copy, ito lang, kasi hindi mo lang problema yan eh. Especially yung mga sari-sari store, di ba? Nagbukas, nakita ng mga kapitbahay, uy, lakas dito. Nag-open second sari store, third and they compete by dropping their prices. So, ikaw, if people copy your business model, how do you respond?
Well, they dropped the price. I made sure two things are clear. I control my selling environment and I control my product quality. Up to now, 37 years, going 37, we're still using 100% French butter for our croissants. As in, I think I must be the biggest importer of French butter. Straight from Normandy. Normandy, why? Why is butter good in Normandy? Because I went there, I saw how it was being produced. The cows that were grazing on the cliffs of Normandy, they're facing Britain. Di ba when there's this Dover ferry, di ba? You cross Dover to Calais. That one. So cliffs yan. So as the seawater splashes against the cliffs, di ba? The mist from the seawater will go up to the air, several hundred feet, and they will settle on the grass. And I saw cows twice our size. Chinoy tayo na hindi masyadong matangkad. Twice our size and really big, being grazing there. And then I saw how they were being milked very efficiently by the farmers. And they produced the best quality milk. And it's from that milk, that nutritious milk, kompletong minerals, that can produce the flavor we want, the consistency we want, the quality that makes good bread. I think I'm the only one still like doing it.
Very good. So, importante talaga, no, guys, hindi lang sa pagnenegosyo, kundi the quality of service and the quality of product that will spell the
Through the
difference.
ingredient.
Yes. Kasi yun yung, di ba, parang nangyayari, karamihan, baksakan ng presyo eh. Di ba? So, what you're saying is, you don't compete with the price, but you offer value.
Oh, so French, there's a word that I put in some of my stores. If they go to Baguio, it will be there. At the time, I was taking French lessons. So it says, rapport qualité-prix exceptionnel. Good value for your money. Rapport qualité-prix. Quality, price, value. Exceptional.
Yeah.
Good. So yan, always in my mind yun. When you sell something, in the mind of the consumer, they should feel like I'm getting the best deal.
Yeah.
Right now, a lot of new bread by new bakeries come out. They're also equally good, but a little bit more pricey. So that one, I don't believe that, that's the business I want to go into. I want high volume of sales so that my quality can be very fresh. If you made 10, you're okay. If you made 200, you're exceptional. Just like the whole day, you keep on producing again and again.
Yeah.
So it makes it fresh.
So guys, again, going back, no, parang kasi sa food business, just to give you an idea, kung pumuesto ka na, more or less, based on study, it will take at least 2 to 3 years. 2 to 3 years is really good
Normal.
already.
It's normal.
Oo, 2 to 3 years is good for you to recover kung ano man puhunan mo. But in this case, yung kay French Baker, when you started, it's what's really exceptional. When you talk about 6 months, that's really an amazing, an amazing feat. So, however, lahat ng mga negosyo may challenges. You mentioned, di ba, your first batch. I'm sure nag-hit. Si Tatang, I'm sure, the late Henry C. is so happy with the results. Do you agree?
Oh yeah.
Oo.
Immediately, may pwesto na ako eh.
Saan?
50 meters away. Di ba, may annex, tas may main mall.
Oo.
I took the space of Shakey's.
So, yung first space mo sa annex, yung second space mo sa mismo may main mall
Sa
na.
tapat ng supermarket.
Okay.
That's the ground zero for sales. Kasi
Yan ang-
people
oo.
come out of the supermarket, then they buy bread.
Oo. Guys, ano yun na, ito, crucial yan na. You have to understand yung science. Sige, bakit mahalaga yung space sa harap ng supermarket? Yun nga, you mentioned. Paglabas,
Kasi lahat ng bread sa supermarket, admittedly luma. Because of logistics, etc. It had to be made the day before.
yeah.
Sa akin, you can feel it. In fact, at that time, I was the first one to give free plastic gloves to shoppers and tell
That,
them,
akala
"Please
natin
touch."
ngayon, oo.
oh, I did that 36 years ago.
Oo.
I gave them, it's so expensive that time, 2 pesos isa, 150. We just gave them. And then when the breads come out, we gave
Mainit-init
them-
pa.
Oh, they just keep on getting. When you feel the bread's hot,
Oo.
there is no price control.
Alam mo, grabe ah.
Parang bibingka yan. Puto bumbong. Mainit, okay lang. 300, okay, walang problema. Isa pa nga.
Oo. At saka ano yun eh, I don't know, there's a psychological thing also, no? When people participate, touch, and everything, di ba? Parang, alam mo yung perfect example yun? Si IKEA.
Oo.
They will send to you, pero hindi pa siya ayos. You have to build it on your own.
Hindi, ikaw pa magsusupot.
Oo.
Oh, di ba?
So parang nagkakaroon ka ng sense of ownership and loyalty.
Oh yeah, and you have to bag it yourself. Take care of yourself. I mean, di ba? We all went around IKEA. Ito pa yung sa bakery sa supermarket. Kunyari, naka-display to. Nako, hawakan niya. Pipisilin niya, aamoy niya. Tapos, babalik niya, kukunin na yung katabi niya.
Oo.
Kawawa naman to. Ay, akala ko ito yung tinetest mo. Eh, kasi naman, nawakan na eh. Isang production batch lang eh.
Yung experience, no? Alam mo, it reminds me, pakita nga to, yung ipon box ko, yung sa ilalim. Kunin mo. Like this one. This is a box. It's a saving box, no? It's, yun nga, for pang-ipon. But I cannot ship it like this. Madi-destroy siya eh.
Hindi, tsaka, people want to build.
Yeah, without me knowing.
So,
Kaya nga, no,
Happy Box.
siniship namin ganito. So they have to assemble it on their own. So without me knowing na nagkaroon sila ng parang affinity with the product kasi binild nila tapos So yun pala yun.
Ay, oo. Wow.
Yeah, you save, 'di ba, yung parang 20 pesos and then you shade and then from 20 you go to 50 without you knowing you're able to save 60,000 pesos.
Of course, the difficulty is to make people decide that
Ay,
from this day on. Di ba?
Marami na kasi
Commitment dapat yun eh.
pero marami na ngayon na nag-iipon na talaga kasi yung feeling nila kasi dati parang hindi nila kaya and when they start saving kahit na 1,000, 2,000, ay kaya ko pala. So it really inspires them. So going back to your story. So ano yung challenge mo with kay Henry C at saka when you were you opened the second branch already?
So, first of all,
You won't believe what happens next. Type part 2 if you want more.
do not be bothered by politics, by government. Just diligently do what you know how to do best every day. Don't mind about it. There will be absolutely no problem for you. So going back to the Philippines, what Mr. C told me was simply this. Stop looking for an alibi not to do that. Don't blame na kasi
Government.
No, you. So I think what Mr. C is doing, or had been doing, was to inspire people who are in power to do something. I think success will only come when somebody prepared hard to meet the opportunity.
Yes.
Chinky Tan, with over 6 million Facebook followers, 2.8 million YouTube subscribers, and 2.4 million TikTok fans, is now all out to share with you the most practical, simplest path to lasting wealth.